All right, FightHype.com here with my man Jeff Mayweather of the Mayweather Boxing Channel, alongside his man Jody over there too, my man Jody Khan. But Jeff, man, before we get to Rolly real quick, what'd you think of Canelo Alvarez over the weekend and how he looked with John Ryder?
Well, I want to interrupt. He didn't see it because he was hiding. He was scared of heights.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know how that relates to watching a boxing match. But.
No, we were way up in the high seats. And the thing is that I don't like to come down to the ledge. And so I had to sit way up in the top.
Wait, you guys were in Mexico?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, got it.
No, that part is true, but I did watch the fight.
So they're still salty about the Mayweather last names, like, oh, it's a Mayweather. He doesn't get ringside. He's got to.
No, it wasn't that at all. No. I mean, actually, the people, I really truly enjoyed the people down there.
Mm-hmm.
I was signing people arms and sending people phones and everything. So that part was fun. The food was horrible.
Was it?
Yeah.
You better off going to a taqueria out here in Vegas.
Shake Shack.
Yeah, we went to Shake Shack. I think, and I just think that the food was actually too natural for me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they eat, but we went to two very nice, expensive restaurants. The food just didn't taste good to me.
I'm with you, man. We're Americans. We like our processed, flavorful, pumped with sodium.
Yeah, we like our tacos with ground beef.
Yeah. So, but once you got to watching the boxing, what did you think of Canelo? Some people saying he's slowing down a little bit, and what did you think of how he looked?
Well, I think that the one thing that I seen in Canelo was that the one thing that became spectacular with him, he didn't use, and he needed it with a guy like that because the guy just was tough and strong, and basically, I mean, it was kind of like after Canelo, after he lost to Floyd, and not to say that he picked up anything from Floyd or anything. I won't say that because he's a great fighter anyway. But the thing is that his defense had became so much better, and so I'm sure he did work on that. And basically, it seemed like this fight, it wasn't about not getting hit. It was just like, I don't know if it was trying to be bravado just because he was at home or whatever. I don't know, but basically, I mean, he didn't really look that good to me. I mean, still was his dominant performance.
Right.
But I mean, it was his dominant performance against a guy that, really, he had a split decision win over Danny Jacobs. All the other guys, I don't even know who they were. So I don't know how good he was, but I did watch him, and I said that this guy is going to be tough because I knew he was durable and he was strong. But the fight itself, it just seemed like Canelo just outfought him. It didn't seem like it was a thought process to it at all. It just seemed like he outworked him, and that was good enough for him.
You think part of it is, I'm at home, I know I could beat this guy, so I'm not worried about getting out of the way of shots like I usually am, or is it just age 65 fights starting to show up? And
I think that could be it, but I just don't see if this is the Canelo that we're seeing that's going to be moving on with his career. This Canelo is pretty much done being at the top. But I think that, I don't know, I just can't see. I just think that maybe he just wanted to get the people a show or something, because I can't see a guy being that crafty all of a sudden just lost everything. I don't see it. And I think that, Canelo is a great fighter. He's not an ordinary fighter. He's a great fighter. And I mean, to see, it just seemed like to me it was just like, okay, well, I don't think this guy can handle what I'm bringing, and that was it. But and also it seemed like he got a little tired toward the end because the guy came on strong at the last two rounds. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I don't see the Canelo of old that I seen with the craftiness and all the defense and making the guys miss and stuff like that, I mean, his career is close to over then.
So you would favor Benavidez right now if they fought? Or
From that fight, but the one thing is this. You never know what Canelo's going to show up now. I mean, because the thing is that a guy that performed the way he's been doing all these years, and then just to have a mediocre performance, you know.
Well, someone say a couple in a row now. Even though he beat Golovkin in that third fight, and then he lost to Bivol.
Well, I mean, lost to Bivol, I mean, that's different because, I mean, he went up in weight, testing himself to be great. And,
Right.
And that happens.
Right.
You know, sometimes, no matter how good you are at your weight, when you go up to someone else's weight, sometimes you ain't gonna win. And so that's why I don't really make a big deal about him losing to Bivol as if he fights him again, I think he'll lose again. But the thing is that him daring to be great, I commend it.
Right.
You know, I there's nothing wrong with that. But if I don't see the craftiness and the things that I've seen Canelo do, you know, in the past, no, he has no chance against Benavidez.
Right.
But if the Canelo that was crafty and real slick, it's gonna be a great fight between them two.
Because he could pull a Roberto Duran on us, where it's like, okay, he's done. Damn, where'd that Iran Barkley come from? You know, okay, he's done. Where'd that Davey Moore come from? We thought you were done, and then they turned back the clock on you once or twice.
That's true. And I mean, you never know. I mean, Canelo, like you said, I mean, he's had a long career for it. He started boxing very young. You know,
15 years old as a pro.
Yeah, and so I mean, you know, age probably it's not really probably age. It's just the time of boxing, because boxing is a brutal sport. You know, and
maybe you should take a page out of your nephew's book, take a year and a half off, like Floyd did around that age. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny why Floyd took that year off. Nobody knows, and I'm not gonna spill the beans on why.
That rematch clause expired, or what was that?
No, that happened. That's not it. It's very funny, but I gotta keep it to myself.
Got it. I got family secrets. Stay in the family.
But yeah, I just think that if we don't see the Canelo who, you know, that was crafty and I mean when he generally became the face of boxing, if we don't see that Canelo, I mean his career is close to over. I think so. And I mean, and maybe it's just because of the time frame of when he started boxing until now, as opposed to his age. Because I mean, he's still young. He's still young in the sport. You know, I mean, I'm not saying young, but you know, when you say a guy that's 15 that's been fighting for over 20 years, that's different. I mean, that means he's put in a lot of work and he's put a lot of time, and you know, and maybe that's what it is, you know. And I mean, but like I said, I mean, the one thing about Canelo is that I mean, there's no shame in nothing that he's done. I mean, he dared to be great many times, and most of the time he succeeded. So, I mean, you just gotta wait and see what happens. If the fight with him and Benavidez, if it's ever gonna happen. And like I said, he better fight Benavidez before he fights Bivol.